The only reason you do that, like I have a small acronym, like belief, behavior, and results. Right? I use this particularly when I work with corporations. So based on what you believe about yourself, that will drive a particular kind of behavior. Could you see that correlation? Mm-hmm. And then based on your behavior, which is simply action, it's the motion of doing something, your behavior is going to elicit inextricable results based on your behavior, right? So in your home, your beliefs are something about what you should be eating because of what you saw, Richard Simmons or whoever talking about. And so you have your kitchen full of these products. So now your behavior is you eat those and then you get the results because of that, right? So you don't have Oreos and goldfish and all of this junk food in the kitchen and then go, wait a minute, how come I'm not ripped? Wow, yeah, that just doesn't work. It's weird, and I drink like a six-pack a night, and I don't have a six-pack. So it's like understanding that process of belief, behavior, and result. Your behavior of trying to put your best face forward, and I'm not saying everyone just walk around like complete slobs, please. You look fantastic, I'm glad you made an effort. But internally I'm saying have a bit of self-acceptance. So that just recognize your own behavior. To what degree are you kind of just stepping outside of your little yourself to try to accept or be accepted by someone? Do you see that? It's just it's a personal investigation. I can't tell you what to do. I can only ask you to look at your own behavior and see where are you doing something that you're hiding something else. And that's where the gold lies, because we could sit here conceptually and talk all night, but I love it when we get some juicy parts. It's like, well, I've just got divorced, or I've just had this relationship that's not working, or this. That's where the meat in your life lies. And if you can understand your behavior that leads to those results, that's where you're going to find freedom. But just by understanding the process, you can see that what you believe about yourself, that as you said is I'm not good enough, or it's usually something, as I said, lacking, right? Some form of inadequacy. Again, you're not believing that you're extraordinary. You're not walking around going, I am God's gift to humanity. And if you were, chances are that would be a reflection of an insecurity, right? I always love the guys that are so full of themselves, it's like, who are you trying to kid? It's okay, relax. So just recognize to what degree are you trying to prove something? Are you trying to find acceptance? Are you in some kind of conscious dialogue about yourself that is lacking? Because that is your opportunity to see that you're making that up, that you're fighting yourself. And it's something you made up. It's so part of the foundation of who you are, it's almost invisible. Almost. It's kind of like, I didn't bring my prop, but sometimes I use a little pair of blue sunglasses, right? And it has a blue lens on it. And I say to people, if I was born with these glasses on, how would the world look? Anyone want to stab at the answer? Hey, we got a winner. But actually, no. Shit. Think about it. If you were born with the blue glasses on, with the blue lens, and that's what you're looking through life, and you were born with them, you would not see the blue, because that's all you've ever known. Any ahas? Finally. You only see the blue when you lift the glasses up, right? It's only through the process of comparison or relativity that you would see how you've been looking at things. So right now, I promise you that you are all looking through a lens that you can't see. It's so close to who you think you are that it's just the way it is. But I've always been this way. It's like I love people saying, but I'm clumsy. Okay, well then you're clumsy because that's what you believe about yourself. You don't understand how powerful your words are in terms of you keep creating your reality over and over and over. And it becomes so ingrained, it's almost like an unconscious process. It's almost just a repetitive cycle of, well, that's just the way it's going to be. It's the way I've always been. I mean, I take it down if you want to really get far. It's like the distinction of language. Like even I'm apparently British or English because I landed on a part of this big ball of mud that someone one day called England, right? So now I'm English. Well, most of you, I'm guessing, were born on this part of the ball of mud, and it's called America. So now you're American. So immediately we're screwed because now we've got separation. Right? So we're even fighting at that level. But who's actually considering, well, am I really English or is that just a distinction? Is that just something that exists in language? I can get a little heady, but... So even the majority of you here, I'm guessing, would classify yourselves as Catholic or Christian, right? We're part of this beautiful community here. I would ask you to consider that's not who you are, that's a choice you're making. It's a belief system that you're adhering to. Neither wrong nor right, neither good nor bad, it's just what works for you. Fantastic. But then if someone chooses Islam or Judaism or Buddhism within the context of religion, equally, not good or bad, not wrong or right, it's just what works for them. And if that's where we can end suffering, that's where we can find love and union between all communities, is if we just accept that people are just choosing certain belief systems. And they're not wrong or right. As I said, it's as simple as I have a cream sweater and someone wants a blue sweater. It's just a personal preference. But if you can appeal to that deeper essence of who you are that is the same in everyone, well, all of a sudden it's a much more pleasant playground for us all to play in. Make sense?
I have a question.
Yes.
Changing the subject a little bit. What
Please.
if you happen to be somebody that is really intrigued by many things, and you want to create all these projects, and you busy yourself with all these tasks, and next thing you know, you have a little bit of everything, but not one whole thing of one thing.
Does this have anything to do with the way you live your life?
No.
I'm good, huh? So what's the problem?
Well, obviously that, one completed project would be great, but I always seem to stumble on that same issue of I start a project and then I get my hands in, and next thing you know, something else is attractive, so I go and I do that.
Okay.
And I have all these uncompleted projects.
So again, what's the problem?
Finishing one.
Okay, but who's saying that it's wrong that you haven't?
No one's saying that.
Oh,
But it's
okay,
like-
so
it's
then
like-
you're just reinforcing my point.
But there's nothing that comes out of it because it's not complete, is what I'm saying. And
Say that again, there's nothing that comes out of you because there's nothing that's complete?
I guess I'm trying to say there's not much success at one because it's not complete.
Okay.
And the problem is having to finish. I don't understand why I can't finish it, is what I'm trying to get at.
Because you keep beating yourself up for the fact that you're not. It's exhausting. You see, you've got to be really careful with the way you speak. That's why you will never, it's maybe a reach, but I'm pretty close in saying you'll never meet anyone who listens as carefully as I do. Because as you speak, you're creating your world. Right now, you've got a room of about 120, 130 people who are like, that chick, I'm never going to go to her with her. She never Right?
Do you know what I have to say? That's called honesty. If you're honest with yourself, even if
I know, I'm
given
playing.
that, nobody's perfect. So if you're actually saying how honest you are, maybe the answer lies in there. So maybe that's
I
why
know.
you're here to help you
I
with
know.
that.
Yes, I know, I understand, and I'm playing with you. I'm just trying to put light because you have significance in your story, right? It's the way it really is for you.
Yes.
What I want you to consider is, what does that have to do with today?
The fact that you probably are here and would have a better insight of wanting to succeed.
Okay, but listen carefully. The fact that you haven't, to date, finished a project in your world, right? I guarantee you have. You finished it as far as you finished it. But the fact that you believe that you haven't, what is the significance of that today? What does that have to do with Sunday night?
I don't know. I guess that was in the back of my mind. I felt it was
No, I know. You walked in the room with it. You walk everywhere with it.
right.
But that's the tiring part. Let's go the other way. If you knew that I'm like the world's, forget about what I'm here for, loving life and blah, blah, blah. I'm actually hired because I'm the world's authority on fortune telling, right? I've never been wrong, not once. And I forgot my turban, just a minute. So like, I'm looking into your future. Oh my God, yes. By the end of December, you're going to have 3 projects you're working on that you finish. That's going to happen by the end of December. I just saw it. Right? Complete. 3, whatever your main priorities right now, they get finished by December. End of this year. How would that make you feel, knowing that was going to happen? And you have to play with me. You have to believe this.
So I have to believe that you truly did see this, right?
Yes, that's the idea. Or you can go on and go nowhere.
But I would say that's fantastic.
Fantastic, right? But there's a but underneath that right now, right? See, I want you to recognize how resistant you are to the future I'm creating for you.